Hi guys, welcome back. We're here with a recap round number 5. I played this round yesterday night. It lasts almost 5 hours. This is kind of the dark side of when you play these tournaments with control. Like games can be like huge. And actually I was like that last game yesterday. Considering we're playing a 300 players tournament is kind of too late. So let's start. This game was against WFN, who is also a streamer, and I was white, so I played d4, she played the knight f6, and I went with c4 in this case. I didn't know specifically what she was going to play, but she played Nimso Indian, so I picked this e3 line against it. She played castling, I played bishop d3, and then as soon as she played c5, I decided to go with pawn takes pawn, and then to take on c5, so I bled her an isolated pawn on d5, and was kind of a space against pawn structure game. She has more space in the center, I have the possibility to play against the weakness, so when she played knight f6, I played bishop d2. This was the best decision. Usually when black plays knight d7, what we should do is bishop d2. I knew this beforehand, essentially because now she's going to take with the knight, so you're going to retreat and you need to have this diagonal control, so you don't have any problem with the pin. But it was a mistake from my side to treat the knight c6 move as knight d7. Bishop d2 wasn't the best here because she's not planning to take the pawn with the knight. She can only take it with the bishop, which means I don't need to have any worry about the pin anymore. Plus, I could just castle here. So this was the best move, but I didn't do it. I just continued with bishop d2, and he took the pawn, and now I do my castle. So she plays bishop g4, pinning my knight. I just retreat because I didn't want to keep the pin over there. She played a6, which was a weird move. I don't know what specifically was she trying to do, maybe to avoid the knight b5 or something. I went with rook c1, trying to activate my rook, putting in this open file of c. She played bishop d6, and I just tried to trade some pieces to make it more simple. This is something like you need to think a lot about because it's like not a specific rule that can be applied in these scenarios. Like some people say like you have to trade when you are playing against the weakness, other people say that you don't have to, and the real answer I think is that you have to trade the specific pieces that are going to be beneficial. The problem is when you don't know how to know which pieces are going to be beneficial for you to trade. I offered her this trade, but she didn't accept. So I took the knight on c6, and then I moved my bishop back to f3. And then she played queen e7, and here we need to be careful because black is planning to come to e5 and then to try the checkmate on h2. So actually, if she wouldn't have done queen e7, I was planning to move knight e2 to come to the game. But now that she played queen e7, if I do the same, she's gonna come here and she's gonna be threatening two different pieces. So this wasn't something very nice. I decided to just play g3 to get rid of any potential checkmate. And of course now I need to be careful with my light squares. So she played bishop h3, I moved my rook away, and she moved her knight to d7. She wants to come here, threatening the bishop, and if I don't do nothing now, the thing is that I'm not gonna be able to keep my bishop in the castling control because she has this fork. So I moved my knight to e2, and if you're wondering how is that related to this move, the thing is when she moves, I have knight f4, controlling d3, threatening the bishop and discovering the queen to defend my own bishop. So she traded, and then she traded my knight, and we got into this endgame, like almost endgame, when we have two rooks and different color bishops. So this was like a very long endgame. Here she played rook e8, I played f3, trying to have this square control, trying to push. She moved back, and before pushing, I didn't want to let her to have any available check, so I tried checkmate, and then I pushed. She moved away, and here I took her pawn on d5, but I don't know if it was the best decision. Like, there was also the possibility to maintain. I think that'd be better, because if I just, for example, try to double rooks. Maybe not this way, but maybe this way could be beneficial. Why this way and not the other? Because if I do this way, now she can push, and I can't take here because my rook is hanging, right? Everybody see it. So if I do the other rook, if I do rook c2, now if she pushes, I can take. Now I have a free pawn because my rook's still protecting, and rook c2 is planning to double rook as well. So that'd be better. Also, maybe instead of trading immediately to position my pawns on dark squares before doing that could be beneficial for me. Looking forward to an endgame, I think that'd be actually the best decision. But when I trade, I think I made things so much easier for her. So we trade like everything, and then we started to play this endgame where she has this pass pawn. But it's like very equal. Like here I played h4, and when she takes, I took immediately, but I should have played king h3, because when I take immediately, I didn't realize that after queen check and I block, she has bishop takes, and this is very, very problematic for me. So I was here, but then she blundered and she took my pawn on g4 with the bishop, and I think she didn't realize that I could take here, and I did it. So I get rid of this pawn, and she has only an extra pawn, but she has 3 different islands of pawns. So this is why now the game is equal. So as I was saying, there are 3 different weaknesses, and she moved her queen here, my king was here, and then she played h5. I moved my queen to d2, trying to keep everything stable. Then she pushed again. Then I moved my bishop to d6, controlling the entry on g3. She moved her king. I pushed b4, and now she can't take my pawn here because I check her. And then I'm going to do sort of a triple because I'm threatening other check here, and if she moves, I have a check here. So it wasn't a possibility for her to take. She pushed, now she's threatening to take. So I push again, she checks me, she makes this bishop f3, and here was the huge blunder. Like here I should have played bishop, king f2. So if she checks me, as she did in the game, and then she takes, and then she comes with his king, my king gets right on time, and then I have enough counterplay with my pass pawn on b to control her pawns with my king and to just keep the possibility for me to promote at some point. So her bishop has to stay here controlling all the time. That means that the bishop can't support the pawns at the same time, because in the worst of the cases, I can just sacrifice my pawn and take her pawn, and it's gonna be a draw. But I was like running out of time, and I was like so stressed here, so I moved the bishop to f4 with only 14 seconds on the clock, and that was the worst move because now I'm blocking my king, and now instead of checking directly, she has this king g5, g4, and then the check is different because now she can push this, and now I don't have access to the square. I don't get on time because when I do it, she's already pushing and she's promoting in a light square. So this is already losing. This is like a very painful loss, but I think this is also where we learn, and it was a very accurate game from both sides. Just one mistake on my side when I moved the bishop to f4 in the whole game. Of course, one mistake on her side when she took the bishop on g4. Very long game, like 5-hour play. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap, and I'll go back this afternoon with recap of round number 6. So I'll see you later. Bye.